Introduction. Is the attainment of wealth and accomplishment solely a result of fortunate chance? Absolutely not. Success is not dependent on luck. Those who achieve success don't merely wait for favorable circumstances, they actively pursue prosperity. These individuals possess a visionary outlook, take calculated risks, and embrace unfamiliar challenges. While not every risk they take yields rewards, this mindset increases their chances of achieving success. This is the key distinction between successful individuals and the average person. Their mindset is geared toward success. And the fascinating part is that anyone can adopt this mindset, provided they choose to do so. The path involves emulating the thinking and behavior of those who have amassed great wealth. This involves replacing self-limiting beliefs with empowering ones and substituting counterproductive habits with those that lead to success. These insights are meant to guide you in this transformation. They outline a set of straightforward yet impactful principles that you can incorporate into your daily routine immediately. Although the focus here is on financial accomplishment, the principles introduced can propel you toward fulfillment in all aspects of life, spanning from relationships to well-being. By dedicating time to self-improvement now, you can attain levels of affluence, prosperity, and joy that might have seemed unattainable. Within this summary, you'll discover why the advice you receive from friends and family might hinder you. How a story from Navajo culture holds lessons about success. The critical element that all successful people possess. Chapter 1. Finding your true motivation. Do you know what you really want from life? If not, don't worry, many people struggle with this question. It's easier for them to say what they don't want, like not being alone or poor. But when it comes to what they do want, they often don't know. This is a problem if you want to succeed in life. How can you make your dreams come true if you don't even know what they are? Imagine starting a long car trip without knowing where you're going. You'd probably get lost and run out of gas. Similarly, if you go through life without a clear direction, you won't achieve anything significant. That's why it's important to pause and remind yourself of what you're really aiming for. In simple terms, you need to discover your why. It's what truly motivates you, your strongest, most genuine desire. However, it's not always easy to know your why right away. It might take some self-reflection to uncover it. Luckily, the author and their team have a method to help you discover your true motivations more quickly. It's called the 7 Levels Deep technique. Usually done with a partner, this technique involves asking a why question 7 times. Your answer to one question becomes the basis for the next. For example, if someone asks, "Why do you want to earn $100,000 a month?" and you say, "Because it'll give me freedom," the next question would be, "Why is being free important?" And you might say, "So I can spend more time with my family." Each round of questioning helps you understand your motivations better. Once, during a motivational class, the author used this technique with an audience member. The person's final answer was astonishing. They shared that after their mom passed away, they felt guilty about being a drug addict. They spent the rest of their life doing good to make up for it. No matter your why, knowing what truly motivates you will help you shape your vision of where you want to go in life. Chapter 2. Mastering Your Destiny. The Navajo people share a tale with their children that goes like this. Inside each of us, there exist two wolves engaged in a constant struggle. One of these wolves is full of envy and spite, perceiving only wickedness in the world. The other is brimming with affection and empathy, believing in its ability to conquer any challenge. Which wolf emerges victorious from this battle? The one you choose to nourish. Similar to the malevolent wolf in the story, we all harbor an inner voice that plants doubt and thrives on our self-worth. This voice steals joy from life and hinders our advancement. If we aspire to triumph, we must learn to silence this voice, and that entails being conscious of the harmful behaviors that fuel it. An example is when we devote time to fixing our weaknesses. For instance, you might have encountered situations where a poor grade in calculus prompted your parents or teachers to demand more effort in that subject than in ones you actually enjoy. This is common yet detrimental advice. Concentrating on weaknesses means expending most of your energy struggling to attain average outcomes, which only fosters feelings of inadequacy. So, here's some counsel: disregard your weaknesses. Pursue your passions. When you focus on your strengths, you'll experience greater contentment, confidence, and productivity. Keep in mind that excelling in a few core skills is more valuable than being mediocre in many. Another habit we all fall victim to is giving excessive importance to advice from unqualified sources. Those with ambitious aspirations often receive uninspiring guidance. They're told they lack the necessary experience, education, or funds to launch a venture. The most disheartening advice pushes us to play it safe. Such dream-crushing counsel nudges us to settle for average. Successfully warding off this unsound advice requires these two strategies. First, only heed guidance from those who have succeeded in the field you're interested in. Second, always trust your own instincts. Once the pessimistic voices within are subdued, the extent of your accomplishments in personal and professional spheres will exceed your imagination. Chapter 3. Habits to awaken your inner hero. Luckily, the negative feelings within you are balanced by something positive: your inner hero. Your inner hero is the best version of yourself, confident, driven, and enthusiastic about life. When you let this part of you shine, there's almost nothing you can't achieve. Now, let's explore 3 habits that will help you bring out your inner hero. The first habit is to carry yourself confidently. Imagine 2 guys at different tables in a restaurant. One looks unhappy, slouches, and barely talks to the waiter. The other sits upright, smiles, and chats with the waiter. Who do you think is enjoying life more? Who's better at their work? Who's better in relationships? Most likely, the first guy seems down due to life's challenges, while the second guy appears lively and successful, like a winner. However, you might not feel like a winner. So, you might wonder, why pretend? Well, your actions affect your feelings. Many studies prove that smiling improves your mood, and adopting strong postures makes you feel more powerful. Acting confident will likely become your natural state. This also applies to how you talk about yourself. That's why the second habit is to use positive language when talking about yourself. Saying, "I'm angry," or "I'm stressed," locks you into those emotions. Instead, use positive words and catch negativity before it comes out. If you slip up, pause and rephrase. For instance, if you said, "I'm stressed," rephrase it as, "I'm pushing myself and learning." The third habit is to shape your social circle. You may not realize it, but you imitate those around you. We all do. We pick up their habits and thoughts. If you want to be fit, befriend fitness enthusiasts. The same goes for financial success. If you seek financial success, make friends with financially successful people. Being around positive, solution-oriented people is the best way to acquire more success habits and positive thinking patterns. Chapter 4. Stories we tell ourselves. We all have a life story, a tale we share with others and ourselves that explains who we are and why we've become the way we are. Certainly, to some extent, these stories are based on our actual experiences. However, these stories also influence how we live. For instance, if the writer hadn't believed in his own story of success, he wouldn't have become a success coach. As a result, his story has propelled him to greater achievements, while others' stories have held them back. It's important to examine the stories we tell ourselves, as they might hinder us too. Ask yourself, does my story highlight my accomplishments or dwell on failures? Do I make excuses for my average situation, saying things like, I'm unsuccessful because of a tough childhood and lack of education? Such narratives are harmful because they belittle us and curb our potential. Changing this self-assessment isn't simple. Sometimes, we've repeated the same story for so long, even decades, that we consider it true just because of that. However, like most things, our life stories can be seen from different angles. Consider how the author's attention deficit disorder, ADD, has been a part of his story since childhood. For a long time, he viewed ADD as a disadvantage that held him back, affecting his self-esteem. Then he met ADD specialist Ned Hollowell, who changed this perspective. Ned suggested that people with ADD are actually highly driven and passionate. ADD is seen as a problem due to adults being frustrated by the constant energy of children. Since that encounter, the author's ADD has played a positive role in his narrative of success. Feel free to reshape your story by altering your "woe is me" perspective. Chapter 5. Efficiency, not just hard work. What about the importance of hard work? Aren't we all taught that putting in a lot of effort is necessary for success? Yes, individuals who achieve financial success through their own efforts certainly have a strong work ethic. But you, too, likely put in a significant amount of effort, so why aren't you experiencing similar levels of success? Do wealthy people simply work much harder? Or are they dedicating an extensive amount of time to their work? The answer is actually no. The difference doesn't solely lie in how hard they work or how many hours they put in. It's more about how effectively they manage their time. Interestingly, millionaires often work fewer hours than the average person. However, the hours they do invest in their work are much more productive. Think of your time as an investment that yields returns. Just as you'd want to maximize the returns on an investment, you should strive to maximize the returns on your time as well. But what does that mean in practical terms? It entails focusing the majority of your time on tasks that generate the most income, while minimizing other activities. To start, identify the activities that bring you the most profit, whether it's a creative skill or a business venture. This is your financial strong point. Your goal should be to allocate most of your time to these activities because they have the potential to accelerate your financial growth. Efficiently using your time involves not only engaging in productive tasks but also cutting out unnecessary work. This is why a not to-do list can be just as valuable as a to-do list. A not to-do list can help you simplify your life by pinpointing and eliminating tasks that don't add much value. On this list, jot down all the tasks you undertake during the week that you're not particularly skilled at, don't find enjoyable, or that consume time and energy that could be better used elsewhere. For example, spending hours aimlessly browsing the internet or handling chores like mowing the lawn. Next to each item on the list, write down, eliminate, replace, automate, delegate, or outsource. For instance, you could completely remove unfocused internet browsing from your routine. Other tasks, such as chores and managing finances, will still need attention. For these, consider using technology or hiring professionals to handle them for you. Once you've removed the less productive tasks from your life, you'll have the freedom to concentrate on activities that bring you both financial gain and happiness. Chapter 6. The 4CS Approach. What do you believe is the single crucial factor that all successful individuals share? The answer is more evident than you might think: it's confidence. Let's be honest for a moment. Have you ever accomplished something important in life when you were feeling really unsure of yourself? Probably not. For instance, without confidence, you wouldn't have been able to approach that special someone for a date or make a bold career move. Confidence, much like a high-quality drink, makes our doubts and insecurities disappear. However, confidence isn't exactly something that can be handed to you, either you possess it or you don't, right? Well, to some extent, yes. While you can't directly acquire confidence like a product, there are steps you can take to develop and nurture it. The main idea here is, overcome your fears by building your confidence. A useful method for boosting your confidence is to remember the 4 Cs, which stand for courage, commitment, capability, and confidence. Let's start with courage. Every resurgence of confidence begins with an act of bravery. Whether it's launching a business or starting a family, courage involves being willing to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Then there's commitment. Commitment revolves around having the determination to see something through to its conclusion. Regardless of what it may be, a relationship, a job, a diet, or a creative project, you won't achieve anything without the commitment to stick with it. Following that is capability, which relates to the skills you already possess and your willingness to acquire new ones through courses and reading. If we want to reach our goals, we must be ready to refine specific skills. For instance, if your aspiration is to become a skilled chef, you'll need to learn some cooking techniques. By concentrating on the initial 3 Cs, confidence will naturally emerge. Courage, commitment, and capability all contribute to enhancing your confidence because they are the foundation for genuine accomplishments. To give your confidence a little boost right now, grab a pen and paper and jot down a list of your achievements. This encompasses every skill you excel at, every accomplishment you take pride in, and every positive trait you recognize in yourself. We often tend to swiftly move past our successes and linger on our setbacks. Thus, this final exercise serves as a reminder that we've actually accomplished much more than we usually give ourselves credit for. Conclusion. You have the opportunity to adopt successful behaviors at this moment that can change the direction of your life and guide you towards the future you want. These behaviors will help you become a leader of your own life, rather than just reacting to outside influences. Some of these practices aim to help you manage your emotions and self-assurance, while others assist in refining your personal history and future aspirations. Additionally, there are habits that encourage you to manage your time wisely. By making the commitment to take charge of your life at this point, you can expect significant positive transformations in the future.